You can say we're on the same boat here. Listen, guys, I usually don't give too long of a dock speech. I know you guys are excited to be on the water. Honestly, I hate being on this dock. I love being on the water. That being said, let's get this party started, yeah?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm getting cold feet. How about you guys go bring back an hour, yeah? Yeah. Get late, I get in trouble for that. See you now, have fun!
No entiendo. No pongan la mano.
Mirá, vieja.
Sí, ya sé.
Pero no tengas miedo, vieja, ponete ahí.
No pasa nada, no hay nada ahí.
Nada.
Sí,
Ahí-
está bien.
debe haber uno ahí. Allá te jodiste, yo no voy a ningún lado, vieja. Ahora, caíste en este lago, vieja. Estás jodido ahí. Mirá, vieja.
Real quick, guys, just make sure my mic is working. If y'all can hear me down there, make some noise for me. Yeah, there you go. Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, now my name's Captain Jeremy. I'm going to take you guys on your Everglades for the next couple days. Be careful with that one. Some of you guys might like that, wouldn't you? Yeah, you would. Alright, now listen, guys. I'm gonna tell you guys just like I tell everybody that comes to my boat. This is an Everglades store, okay? It's not an alligator tour. I know you guys are excited to see alligators. So I mean, well, throughout our tour, we'll be trying to find you guys for an alligator in its natural environment. Well, we are doing exactly that. Wild animals' natural habitat. Honestly, don't promise we're gonna find gators out here. That's why we have a complimentary alligator slap ride, just in case we don't.
Vieja, vieja, mírame.
Excalibur was built with two 350 horsepower engines, so depending on which way the wind is blowing, it might be able to reach speeds anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour. Now, as you can tell, we don't have a very favorable wind on the way out, so hopefully on the way back in, we'll increase those top speeds. Good. You guys ready? Yeah. All right, hang on to those hats. He's going to turn around for him. Here we go. this wilderness area on the eastern part of North America. 50 and 60 miles wide. Grand total square mileage turns out to be 7,800 square miles. Before the Everglades was given its name, the Everglades, the Seminole Michigan Indians called it Paheoki. Paheoki means the endless river of grass.
Mira, mira, viejo.
Correctly, I said the endless river of grass. Or Everglades, not a swamp like most people think.
Está apoyado, vieja.
The shallowest river in all of North America with an average depth of about 4 to 5 feet deep. And it's the slowest moving river in the entire world. That's right, we're in the world's largest lazy river.
Ahora va a entrar.
This lazy river flows at about 1 meter per hour. Now that's only during the raining season. During wet season, during dry season, you guessed it, this river does not flow at all. Hence the confusion between swamp or river. What I'm doing is I'm mimicking the distress call of baby alligator. Alligators are known for eating their own babies. So if I get that pitch just right, there's an alligator around, you usually spark curiosity out of them, pull them out from the grass, maybe up on top of water, close to the boat. This is a known spot for an alligator. I haven't seen her in a little while, but she does come and goes as she pleases, so just keep your eyes open.
No hay ninguno.
Honestly, I haven't seen her in about a week or two. I'm starting to get a little worried about her. She's missing her back left leg, so she's a little handicapped out there.
La profundidad que tiene, mira. La profundidad que tiene, mira. Mira hasta dónde va la
These
sorda, ¿eh?
islands here to our left, we like to call them the Vulture Islands. The reason why is you come out here just before sundown, you notice somewhere around 500 vultures perched up in these trees. With American black vulture has a gray featherless head, black body. We also have the turkey vulture out here in Everglades, which has a red featherless head and more of a brownish black body. Now, believe it or not, guys, vultures do happen to be one of my favorite birds out here in Everglades, so we are going to talk a little bit about them. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure we're all familiar with vultures. We all know they're scavenger birds. What I bet you didn't know is that's actually the reason why they do not have feathers on their heads. While the vulture is sticking its head around inside those carcasses, the stomach acids, the bacteria built up in those carcasses, actually melts away those feathers on its head, and indeed, it does prevent them from growing back. Now, we also know vultures are pretty gross birds. I mean, they feed on dead carcasses, right? The vulture's natural defense is the ability to regurgitate up to 15 feet away onto their predators. Pretty gross. I think it's kind of funny. Could you imagine someone trying to pick a fight with you and you just throw up on them? Now these guys up here to the left, this is the Florida Comrock. We'll see if we can find some vultures over here in the cut. Oh, there's one right there. Now another thing vultures do grow up. Such a child sometimes. But yes, the vulture does in fact defecate on itself in order to stay cooler. Again, disgusting. be one of my favorites. Well, the vulture is a very underappreciated bird. This ecosystem here in the Everglades happens to be one of the most fragile ecosystems in the world. Every ecosystem does need its garbage man, and the vulture does a phenomenal job at that. It plays a very vital role to the survival of this ecosystem. It is a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. And for that, I tip my hat to the vultures. Now I'm going to explain why we're not seeing too many vultures around right now. You ever see vultures flying up the sky around in a circle? A lot of people think they're circling some wounded animal waiting for it to die so they can feed off its dead carcass. However, that's not the case. See, vultures are very lazy birds. They fit in great in this lazy river. They don't like to fly. They like to glide. They glide on these things called thermals. Thermals is when the sun heats up the surface of the earth, creates pockets of hot air. We all know hot air rises. Vultures seek out these thermals and they glide on top of them. Now, this is where it gets fascinating. They've recorded vultures gliding as high as 37,000 feet in the air. That's insane. Commercial airliners fly that high. The temperature is different up there, the pressure, the oxygen levels are different up there. I'm sorry, but to me, that is absolutely fascinating. Sitting on those red buoys over by the pump house when we first took off. And they call them the fishing bird. They swim underneath the water catching fish. They'll catch them with their mouths, swallow them whole. Yeah, pretty impressive. They can reach short bursts of up to 35 miles an hour in the water. Pretty crazy. I wish I could swim 35 miles an hour in the water. For about 45 seconds. Maybe not so impressive. Alright. Enough of the vultures and the birds. We're gonna head just a little further out there. Hang on to those hats. Here we go again. Southern cattail grass is native to North America, but it is not directly native here to the Everglades. It was put out here in the late 70s by the Southport Water Management District to act as a filtration device for the polluted water. Yes, we do have native cattail grass out here. It's known as the common cattail grass. Common cattail limestone sawgrass. I'll point some out for you guys here in a little bit. Anyone's familiar with sawgrass, you know that stuff can cut you down to the bone. Now, this brings us to our fun fact of the day. The fun fact of the day is that sawgrass and cattail grass both combined make up 90% of all the vegetation out here in the Everglades. Oh yeah. You come out here in the Everglades, you're going to be looking at grass. Remember, the English number of grass.
Estoy grabando ahí, ¿no? Sí. Hasta que toque esto, ¿no?
Si los números están pasando ahí, está grabando.
Peter, let's hang out in this area. He was here on my last ride. I'm pretty sure he's still here. I'm just not sure where exactly. He usually likes to hang out over here on the corner of this sawgrass, so we're gonna see if he's here. We're gonna need y'all's help on it. Alright, we're gonna do this together just for a couple seconds. We don't need to do it for too long, but I want you guys to do it. I want you guys to stomp your feet on the bottom of the boat, nice and hard. Ready? Come on. Alright, proceed around. Alligators sense vibrations, so if we put a different vibration into the water other than the boat, about 80% of the time, if the alligators around will spark curiosity out of them and blow them up on top of the water. I kind of want to do it over here in this corner real quick. Make sure he's not here before we move on. I don't see him popping up, so alright, come on. He'll move spots every now and then. It all depends on the weather. Alligators really don't like the wind. Alligators build up lactic acid in their bodies extremely quick, so swimming around the wind will wear them out. They don't like it.
No, no.
So he might have got sick of being in the wind over here. He might have moved over in front of us. Alright, sometimes he'll hang out right around here underneath the water, so let's try that stomping again. Come on. Alright, just keep your eyes open. Sometimes he'll be over here to the left. Don't see movement. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's been a rough day finding gators today. And yesterday, and the day before that. Wind's been pretty rough out here lately. Alright, now we're gonna try right here. Come on. Alright. Alright, I guess he's gonna be stubborn. Alright, well we can't be looking for the same alligator forever, so I got a couple other spots. Come on. Alligators have little flaps that cover the ears, prevents the water from getting into them. It also allows the alligator to hear underneath the water just as well as it can hear above the water. Sometimes I like to throw a little call out just to see. But if he's not responding to the feet stomping, I don't think he's going to respond to the call. Alright, now remember, 90% 90% of all vegetation out here is grass. So in order for us to see different types of vegetation, we are going to want to come into the canal. We're not going to spend too much time out here. I'm just going to show you guys a couple things real quick, and then we'll jump back into the Shiner Hole and really start focusing on finding some gators. We do still have a chance of finding gators in the canal, so still keep your eyes open. It's a little harder for you to see off the right side of the boat, so you guys over there got to pay extra attention. If you guys see anything I don't see, try to get my attention somehow. Put your hands above the roof, point, yell, scream, jump in after it, I don't know. Coming up over here to the right, it's got the reddish looking bark, red branches. It's called the gumbo limbo tree. Gumbo limbo tree is native here. In fact, it grows all the way down to Colombia and Venezuela. It does not grow any further north in here in South Florida. Real quick, you guys on the left side, get ready. You got a real pretty bird coming up over here to the left. Called the purple callonol. Rated the prettiest bird out here in the Everglades by National Geographic. You see it there? Now, like I was saying, the gumbo limbo tree is a very fast-growing tree. The natives would cut off branches of it, stick it in the ground, it'd root up real quick, and they would use that as a nice sturdy fence post. Pretty clever, if you ask me. You see the grass over there to the right, along the edge of the water, it's a little thinner, a little bit darker of a green. That's the sawgrass. That bamboo-looking stuff behind the sawgrass is called maiden cane. Side. We got the sawgrass right here. We're on the edge of the water, and maiden cane behind that. Maiden cane is native here. The natives use maiden cane for a lot of different things. Fishing poles, spears, building materials. Maiden cane is a very useful resource. And back to the gumbo limbo tree. Now the gumbo limbo tree will not grow directly in the water. So the natives also used it for spotting dry land way out in the distance. The trees that are growing in the water, these are called the pond apple tree. They're also known as the alligator apple tree. The reason they call it that is because the little fruit that grows on it happens to be the alligator's favorite tree. This fruit grows for about 6 months of the year. It's only edible to us humans when it's ripe. When it's not ripe, it's going to have a high level of toxins in it known as arsenic. Juvenile purple gallinals. And those purple gallinals are first born. They're little black cotton balls, red beaks. Absolutely adorable. They get about a month or two old. They'll start turning that brownish color. It takes about a year to gain their full colors. We'll probably run into a bunch of them throughout the rest of our ride. Now, there's some pineapple-looking plants in the pond apple trees. You guys are probably familiar with these. I don't even know it. Bromeliads. Sell them at Home Depot. Now, zooming in around right here, there's a couple notes to the right. We're going to see a lot of them towards the end of our ride. Now, pineapples are part of the bromeliad family. In fact, pineapples are the only bromeliads that grow fruit on it edible to us humans. If I remember correctly, I think there's somewhere around 160 different species of bromeliads out here in the Everglades. Some of them can get really pretty. Now, in a survival situation, bromeliads are where you're going to find your cleanest drinking water. Speaking of survival situations, there's a plant that grows along the edge of the water. Again, not too much over around right here. A little bit coming up to the left. We're going to see some more when we get back to the Shiner Hole. Honestly, you probably already noticed it. It's got the little purple flower that grows on top of it. It's called pickerel weed. Pickerel weed is native here and it's completely edible. In a survival situation, pickerel weed is going to be the easiest thing for you to find to start eating that has nutritional value. I've heard some people say pickerel weed is what the natives use to make their bread. Absolutely incorrect. What the natives use to make their bread is the native cattail grass. They would use the roots of the cattail grass. They would also use the pollen as a seasoning. Last but not least, the lily pad looking plants in the water. Some people call them the bull lily. Some people call them the yellow water lily. Their real name is spatterdock. Spatterdock are native here. They only grow to be about 6 feet in length. So, yes, whoever spatterdock are, we know that water is no deeper than 6 feet deep. Some gators now, right? Let me tell you a little something about alligators while we put across here the Shiner Hole. A North American alligator is an extremely territorial creature. It has anywhere from a 2 to 10 mile radius of territory, usually one spot it considers home. Sometimes, on very rare occasions, I do come out here and I cannot find an alligator all day long. It really all depends on the weather. You see, one thing a lot of people seem to forget about alligators is the fact that they're nocturnal. They come out at nighttime. During the day, they're usually sleeping. And depending on the weather, will determine on where these alligators sleep. Left your grass on him. The osprey, he's already got a fish. You see him? See him? See him? I was hoping he was going to go fishing in this area so we can watch him. The osprey is another one of my favorite birds. It's a fish-eating hawk. They'll fly anywhere from 30 to 100 feet in the air looking at water for fish. Once he finds a fish, he'll go soaring to water at speeds of up to 50 miles an hour. Crashing into the water, headed talons first, in hopes of grabbing his next meal. Now remember, alligators territorial, usually one spot they consider home. We're cutting across the Shiner Hole, check on CC. Now the gator we were stomping our feet for, I call him Wally. This is something that actually kind of upsets me with the other captains. Remember I said alligators build up lactic acid in their body extremely quick. That's why they don't like the wind. It's another reason why I try not to spend too much time with the gators. The more time I spend with the gators, the more they swim on my boat, the more tired they get, the harder it is for me to find them in the later parts of the day. On a windy day like this, you gotta be real careful with them. I can't tell you how many times after work I'm sitting upstairs having a beer with a couple of the other guys, and we're talking about our day, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so hard to find gators in the later parts of the day. So I'm like, you're working them too hard, man. You gotta take it easy. Look, there's CC's left side. So glad. Yeah, I see her. You didn't hear me say CC left side? CC is my favorite alligator out of all the alligators. The reason why is she's very dependable. She's right behind us. It's a little hard to get her to come out in the morning, but when she does come out, she'll pretty much stay out all day long for us, no matter what the weather's like. Seashell reacts to the noise. Now the only problem with Cece is she's a very shy alligator. You get the boat too close to her, then upset her, she's going to go back up underneath that grass, and I'm not going to see her for the rest of the day. If you really upset her, she'll disappear for a couple days. So this is one alligator I try to give her space. These animals as much as possible. I'm a third generation Floridian and everything, but this is more the alligator's home than mine. So like I said, I try to respect these animals as much as possible. The more I respect them, the less I annoy them, well, the more they come out for me. unable to find Wally. It's been very hard finding gators lately. When we're only finding 1, 2, maybe 3 gators on a ride, these guys like to circle around these gators so hard, we only have them for the first half part of the day. I try to tell them every day, all the time, stop working the gators so hard. That's the difference between me and a lot of these other captains. This is my life. This is what I do. If I'm not on the airboat at work, I'm on the airboat on my free time. I am what they call a gladesman. Some of these other guys, this is just their 9 to 5 job. Oh, you want to listen to me anymore? She's like, dude, you do this to me every day, all day. I know you're not a baby hater. Stop playing those tricks on me. Now, there's no real way to tell if an alligator's male or female unless you physically figure it out yourself. The only reason I know Cece's a female is because I'm around her a lot. She'll put a nest down here behind us every once in a while. Not every year, but close to it. She'll protect that nest. Males won't protect nests. Females are the ones that do that. Like she has some feminine features to her face though, doesn't she? She's so cute. I love her.
¿Lo viste, chica? Pero ese te jode a vos. Chiquitito. No, no. Es largo, chiquito la cabeza, pero es largo. Ese te jode a vos, ese te come entero,
Casi tanto la plaza para afuera.
Yeah, I have no brakes, no reverse on this thing, so I gotta kind of let the wind pull us. My bad. Alright, well, there's our first gator. Let's try our luck, see if we can find some more. Come on. On top of the leaf. Slow worm that lives in that plant. It's called the black cutworm. It'll eat up the leaf a little bit, eat its way down to that stem and live in there. That's what these gallinals do, is they run around on top of these spatterdogs looking for that little hole. Once they find it, they'll rip open the plant, try to get that little black cutworm out of there. Time. So I want to check something over here. This is Bunny's spot over here to the left. There's not too much wind over here. There's a little bit of extra sun, so I just kind of wanted to come by over here since we got an extra minute and see if she's over here. Sticking out here up in front of us towards the left. She had a nest out here last year. Sometimes she'll be tucked away in that grass soaking up the sun, so look real close up in there. I found her there last night. She was the only gator I found on that ride. I'm so glad I checked that spot. See if she's up in there. Keep her eyes open. Look up in there. There she? Do you see her? Nope. I'm so upset. I can't stop thinking about not finding Wally, man. I know it's because the other captains wore her out. Man, they just give her. Oh, I found something. Maybe I spoke too soon. Look at me talking crap about the other captains. No, I stand my ground. I stand my ground. This is Bunny. This is not Wally. I think. Hold on. We gotta be careful because I don't know if I know this gator. Okay, yeah, that's funny. But I will spin around a couple extra times on her just because I know it's a little hard finding gators today. I'm not sure what gators I'm going to find, so I will give you guys a couple extra minutes with this one so we can get a couple extra pictures. Just give me a second. I'll just go down. Thanks for reversing this thing. So I gotta use my wings to my advantage. Now let's talk about alligators being territorial again. Actually, let's see if we can pull it out to the clearer water. Come on. See if I can get her to the clearer water. She's got some better pictures. Hold on. She's coming. She's coming. She won't like moving around though.
Ah,
She's
bueno.
not very well.
Ah, no me di cuenta. ¿Dónde está el zoom? ¿Dónde está el zoom?
She's coming.
Ah, qué boludo.
So, again, alligators, territorial. Them being territorial makes them very curious creatures. If something comes to alligator's territory and wants to check it out and wants to know if it has to defend its territory or not, oh, she was coming. She's gonna have my throat dead by the end of the day. There she comes. Come on, girl. So like I said, something comes in alligator's territory, wants to check it out, wants to know if it has to defend its territory or not. I don't know, better pictures there, right? Not so many sparrow dog around like that. You get a good picture like that. Now, alligators are also cannibalistic. So while an alligator is checking out whatever it is in its territory, he's thinking in its head, I gotta fight this thing. And if I lose, it's gonna eat me. This gives the alligator a natural fear of really anything larger than itself. Well, that being said, again, you're probably thinking to yourself, why isn't this alligator scared of us? We're clearly larger than it. I call them our alligators. They're still wild alligators. They're just familiar with our boats. Every once in a while, someone in the boat will go a sandwich to the alligator, maybe some Cheez-Its or a hot fry. Our alligators have associated our boats with food, thus losing their natural fear of our boats. Now, our boats specifically, if a smaller airboat came in this area, John boat, bass boat, something of that nature, these guys are going to be scared of it. They're not used to it. They haven't been fed food by them. That's why instead state of Florida, and it's illegal to feed alligators. It's illegal to pet alligators. It's even illegal for me to call the alligator. It's called enticing the alligator. So that's our little secret. Once an alligator has been fooled by a human who loses that natural fear of humans. That's when it starts coming closer to humans. Start attacking humans. On very rare occasions, actually wind up killing humans. I'm trying to have the back get you closer. Just give me a second. We're getting there. This wind is not working with me today. Now, the state of Florida has done very well protecting humans from alligators. There's been 24 fatalities in the state of Florida from alligators since 1978. Not something happens very often at all. In fact, more people die from vending machines falling on top of them in the state of Florida than alligator attacks. This says a lot about both species there.
Él lo llama con
There we go. Come on, girl. Get in that open water for me. There we go. We'll get her nice and close now. Oh, yeah. I get so close, you might be able to reach out and touch her. Alligators are capable of jumping 3/4 of their body length out of the water, so if you're sitting on the edge, no worries. She'll jump right past you and get anybody in the middle. Oh, come on. Usually I hear people laugh on that one. That one's good.
Minnie, turn around. Minnie, turn around. Get closer to over here.
There you go. Touch your tail. Touch your tail. Touch your tail. What are you doing?
You look at me like that, I'm coming there after you.
Qué grande que te... Ahí viene, ahí viene, ahí viene. Ahí viene, ahí viene, ahí viene, ahí viene.
Alright, well I promise you one gator. We found two so far. Let's see if we can find three. Come on.
Me tiró comida. Tiró comida. Porque después se tiró lo mismo cuando no lo entiende apenas. Cada vez que viene el bote, ellos se le acercan para que la gente lo vea y le dan comida. Por eso es que lo están ahí. ¿Tenía miedo, vieja? Ahí viene, dice.
Now look, way down there, I'm pretty sure that's a gator. We're not gonna be able to chase him down though. We're gonna... Is that a gator or a bird? I don't know. Alright, now. Back in the early 1900s, the Army Corps of Engineers came down here to Everglades. They dug up about 1,800 canals all throughout the Everglades, including these two right here. reason they dug up these canals was in hopes to dry the Everglades so they could build more houses and farms on it. Now, they're extremely successful. So successful, they actually reduced the Everglades to a quarter of its original size, meaning the Everglades used to be somewhere around 30,000 square miles. You see, all of Miami, all of Broward County, parts of West Palm Beach were all built on top of the Everglades. As you guys are driving around down here in South Florida, I want you to pay attention to the sides of the roads. You're going to notice canals all along the sides of the roads. If you haven't noticed it already, when it rains down here, all that water runs off into the canals. Then they kick on the pump houses and pump that water out here to the Everglades. I hear so many people say the pump houses are for controlling water levels out here. Again, absolutely incorrect. The purpose of the pump houses is to prevent the cities from flooding. That's pump house number 9 over there to the right. There's somewhere around 200 of them located all throughout South Florida. They were built here in the late 50s, early 60s. And they're running at full capacity. They're capable of pushing out about 1.8 billion gallons of water within a 24-hour period. This is a lot of water. These canals can reach depths up to 35 feet deep. Typically, it'd be somewhere around 25 feet. But they can get as deep as 35 feet. Hang on to those hats. Here we go one last time.
¿Con la computadora? Salen a 10 minutos y voy a colgar. Nos mandamos los pendrives.
To be completely honest with you guys, I didn't save too much time for us here in this area. Personally, I call this spot a hot spot. It usually is a hot spot for alligators. So I consider home about 3 or 4 different alligators, but they're usually pretty active. It's just today, yesterday, and the day before, they haven't been hanging out in this area because of all the wind and stuff like that. So I didn't really save us as much time in this part. of the Eldorados. The reason we picked these engines is because they have a high torque output. They are direct drive, meaning no transmission. They rotate at about 3,000 RPMs. Anything more than that would actually completely disintegrate my carbon fiber props, which are the big fans in the back that actually drive the boat. And that's where all the noise comes from. It's not the engines you hear, it's the props. Familiar with that Spanish moss. We do have a lot of that stuff out here in Everglades. That Spanish moss makes it look so spooky out here at night, man. It's pretty cool. That does wrap up our time out here in Everglades for today. Honestly, my favorite part of my job is just showing people the Everglades. Remember, I did grow up here, spent my whole life here. I do find it a great privilege showing people, well, my home. That being said, guys, I hope you do appreciate seeing the Everglades just as much as I appreciate showing you. Favorite part of my job is actually asking people for tips. The only reason I bring it up is because about 90% of the people that come on my boat have no idea that us airboat captains do work for tips or gratuities. Same concept as servers and bartenders. If you guys had a good time, 15-20% would absolutely make my day. It does help me provide for my family. My family and I are always extremely grateful for all the tips that we do get. Jump off, tie it up, make sure it's nice and safe and secure for you guys to get off. So if you could, please stay seated for me. Looks like we're going to have a little treat, a little ending of the tour treat right here. Oh, you went underneath the water, that little brat. Quick, stop your feet, stop your feet, stop your feet. Hard. I can't do it, you're not allowed to stand up right now. Stop. You're right here to the left. Oh, that little brat went underneath the water. That was probably a gator I'm not familiar with. We don't have a big fence around this area, so occasionally we do run into gators that we're unfamiliar with. They usually don't stick around too long. They're a little intimidated by our boats. So you get the boat too close to them, they're just going to wind up going underneath the water. It's very damn sure it's going to be. Like I said, that's where you guys are going to head to once you guys get off the boat. And I'm going to say just a few last words before I do get you guys off the boat. So, like I said, if you could, please stay seated for me. That would be greatly appreciated. Other than that, guys, I do appreciate the time and change off giving me to show you guys the Everglades on behalf of Everglades Holiday Park. Once again, my name is Captain Jeremy. Thank you so much for coming out.
Guys, watch your fingers, watch your toes. There we go. All right, now listen. You guys have a good time?
Yeah.
All right. If you guys did have a good time, thank you very much. If you guys like filling out reviews, want to jump on Google, check out Everglades Holiday